Now to this story, because tonight a Westchester family says that K2, also known as synthetic marijuana, led to the death of their loved one after he became addicted to it. They say the unregulated drug is often sold in gas stations and illegal smoke shops, with packaging marketed towards children. And while it's been illegal for more than a decade in New York State, Lisa Rozner found out it's still easy to buy.
Also colorful.
These are the K2 rapper's Nathaniel Hester's younger sister found in his room after the 45-year-old died by suicide in January.
At one point he told me, "I love myself. I will never take my life."
It was like he must have just been smoking and smoking and smoking and smoking.
His sisters say the former Ossining High School athlete loved fitness, people, and animals.
He always rooted for the underdog.
The family says Hester discovered K2 in 2015 while in rehab for an opioid addiction he developed while on painkillers from a motorcycle accident. Marijuana had not yet been legalized in New York. The synthetic cannabinoid K2 mimics the effects of marijuana.
It hits the receptors in the brain so much stronger than THC would that you're getting some of the benefits, but you get all of the negative effects like high blood pressure, fast heart rate, slow heart rate.
The New York State Health Department says it contains hallucinogenic chemicals made in labs sprayed onto dry leaves, none of it coming from the cannabis plant. K2 usage skyrocketed in New York City nearly a decade ago, despite it being illegal and notorious for putting users in a zombie-like state. The products can still be found on store shelves like this local gas station.
It made him a shell of who he was. You couldn't have a conversation with him.
When he quit, the sort of psychosis behavior was the strongest.
Hester's attorney, Joseph Glazer.
Was it clear when he started turning to synthetic marijuana?
When he decided this stuff is legal, I can do this. They sell it in the store down the street.
The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration says many of these substances are being sold as incense and potpourri, making it hard to crack down. K2 also tends to be cheaper compared to licensed cannabis shops like Charlie Fox in Times Square, who have to display the license with a QR code at the entrance.
There's a series of warnings that every cannabis product has to have. This QR code, which takes you to a lab that's certified in New York, that shows who grew the plants, did it pass tests, for example, heavy metals.
Legal dispensaries are also required to sell their products in a locked case.
And every Monday, we have to send a report to the state saying what we took in inventory and what we sold.
The Hesters have started a Change.org petition and are speaking to congressional lawmakers about legislation that would ban the sale and manufacturing of all variants of synthetic marijuana in the United States, regardless of the ingredients.
And if you look at the wrappers, it's really impossible to find out where it even comes from.
If someone else is, God forbid, in this position, is there any advice?
Don't stop asking for help. I think my brother really wanted to be a provider and a father. He wanted to be off all pharmaceutical drugs. I really believed that my brother was going to be knocking on my door when we were in our 60s or 70s, telling me about his day. I thought for sure he would make it.
The New York State Health Department says synthetic cannabinoids accounted for less than 0.5% of overdoses in 2023, adding that there are data limitations, sharing that self-reporting on the information is unreliable.
The toxicology report showed Hester was negative for drugs and alcohol, but numerous state health departments report that synthetic marijuana is not typically detected in these kinds of tests. Lisa Rozner, CBS News, New York.
The New York division of the DEA tells us it confiscated and tested nearly 1,000 types of synthetic marijuana last year, and a rep says that most were plant-based or in vape form.